Hey, what's up you guys, it's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to go into chapter 45 of I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. This chapter makes it officially halfway through the book, so let's get on into it. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, please click off the video now. You have been warned. Chapter 45. Aloha, the pretty Four Seasons Resort Maui employee greets us as she drapes a floral lei around my neck and a nut lei around Joe's. Joe's eyes linger on the employee for 0.2 seconds too long. I hate the bitch. I make a mental note to work on jealousy someday whenever I get around to it. We check into the hotel, reiterating multiple times that the reservation is under my name and not Joe's. Whether it's the age difference between Joe or me or the just sexism, nobody seems to believe that a trip to the Four Seasons might be my doing and not his. Granted, it's not exactly my doing, it's Nickelodeon's doing. This was each cast member's 5th season wrap gift, 4 nights and 5 days at the Four Seasons Resort Maui at Wailua for the cast member and 1 guest. Of course, Joe's my guest. We've been together for a year at this point, and our relationship has settled into a nice groove. Sure, 50% of the time things are chaotic and tumultuous. Joe's drunk and I'm hysterical. Joe's upset and I'm too possessive, and I'm upset that Joe's gotten back into debt 3 weeks after I paid it off for him. But the other 50% of the time, things are great. We watch reruns of Survivor. We have stupid but fun inside jokes. We laugh a lot. We still haven't had sex, but I've gotten better at giving blowjobs. This relationship looks and feels to me like a huge step up from my parents' relationship. They had the screaming, tumultuous fighting parts, but none of the fun. The only problem is that Mom still doesn't know about our relationship. Mom had to move out of my apartment a few months back to be closer to her oncologist in Orange County now that her appointments are near daily. Now that we're not physically in the same place together, Mom calls me 10 or so times a day to keep up to date on my life, how big of a role my character has in any given episode of the show, if I've been auditioning for anything else lately, pitches for why I should get back into country music. I quit my recording contract after Mom's cancer took a turn for the worse. I'm worried about how I'm going to get through a 4-night and 5 days stay at the Four Seasons without Mom knowing who I'm with. We decided I'll tell Mom I'm with Colton, my gay friend she approves of, because there's no way his penis is entering me, who will then join in 3-way calls to help me out so Mom won't know I'm lying. Lying to Mom is difficult for me. Whenever I lie to her to protect my relationship with Joe, I hang up the phone and weep into Joe's arms from the guilt I feel. I tell him I wish I could be honest with her. I wish she could meet him. I wish I wasn't scared of her. And Joe runs his hands through my hair and comforts me. I feel the wedge between Mom and I growing by the day. With every lie I tell, I feel myself slipping further away from her. With every pound I gain, every binge I partake in, I feel myself getting more disconnected from her. I'm so confused and troubled by this wedge. I'm desperate to feel close with her, but also desperate for the closeness to be on my terms, not hers. I want her to know me for who I'm becoming. I want her to allow my growth. I want her to want me to be me. But that feels more like a fantasy than a possibility, for now at least. So for now, I lie. We're 3 days into the vacation and the plan is going smoothly. Each day, Colton and I 3-way call Mom to tell her about snorkeling adventures and off-roading Jeep drives and white sand beach walks. She laughs along as Colton gives follow-up details that scream I'm definitely not walking through a Burbank Target right now. But in the late afternoon one day, on day 3, Joe and I are paddleboarding on the beach in the front of the hotel when he spots it and tells me to duck. I look to see what he's talking about. There in the distance near one of the banana yellow cabanas, I see a squat little paparazzo snapping photos of me and Joe. Shit. This is a disaster. We swim to the sand, dump the paddleboards, wrapped some fancy towels around ourselves, and hurry into the hotel's back entrance. The paparazzo snaps photos of us the whole time. By the time we're in our room, I'm panicking, rattling off a list of ways Mom might punish me, disown me, or threaten me. Joe unsuccessfully tries to keep me calm. Eventually, I've been hysterical enough for long enough that I'm completely emotionally depleted. I fall asleep on the bed by 6 p.m. The sight I wake up to the next morning is not the beautiful palm trees out the window or the shimmering turquoise water or a young, happy, newlywed couple canoodling in a hammock in the distance. It's my cold, hard iPhone screen with a glaring notification that terrifies me. 37 missed calls from Mommy, 16 voicemails, and 4 missed emails. We no longer share an account. I recently created my own thanks to Joe's encouragement. I open the top email. Dear Ned, I am so disappointed in you. You used to be my perfect little angel, but now you are nothing more than a little slut, a floozy, all used up, and to think you wasted it on a hideous ogre of a man. I saw the pictures on a website called TMZ. I saw you in Hawaii with him. I saw you rubbing his disgusting hairy stomach. I knew you were lying about Colton. Add that to the list of things you are. Liar, conniving, evil. You look pudgier too. It's clear you're eating your guilt. Thinking of you with his ding-dong inside of you makes me sick. Sick. I raised you better than this. What happened to my good little girl? Where did she go? And who is this monster that has replaced her? You're an ugly monster now. I told your brothers about you, and they all said they disown you just like I do. We want nothing to do with you. Love, Mom, or should I say Deb, since I am no longer your mother. P.S. Send money for a new fridge. Ours is broke. I hunch over and bury my head in my hands, breaking into a sob. Joe rubs my back and assures me that my mother is not okay, but I assure him it's the opposite. I'm not okay. Maybe she's right. Maybe I've lost my way. Maybe I'm an evil monster. You can't let her get to you like this, he says. I pick up my phone and urgently start typing TMZ into my search bar. Joe reminds me we agreed to not look at the pictures. He knows my body image isn't good, but I don't care. I need to see them. I need to see if Mom's right. She is. I look awful. My body and my face repulse me. I do look pudgy. I no longer wear one pieces, but I still wear board shorts to hide my ass, which is curvy and womanly and disgusts me for being those things. Joe tells me my tits look great in my bikini top, but I don't see it. I think boobs are hideous. I hate them. I wish I was flat-chested and curveless. I wish there was nothing sexual or suggestive about my body. My tears are replaced by my venomous self-loathing. Joe, sensing a shift in me, nabs the phone out of my hands and tells me it's going in the hotel safe. I don't object. Over the next 2 days, my phone stays in the safe, and my bathing suit stays flung over the bathroom door handle where I last left it. Joe and I try to make the most of the remaining time in Hawaii by going on hikes and drives and other activities that don't involve me removing any clothes in public, but at the last morning of the trip, I've been distracted enough, and my phone's been far away enough that I've almost forgotten the paparazzo incident and the vicious email from my mom. But then Joe and I are packing our bags, and out of the corner of my eye, I see him discreetly entering the code on the safe. He pulls my phone out and goes to tuck it into his pocket. I ask to see it first. He reminds me this is a bad idea and that it won't be anything but harmful for me to look at it, but I can't not. I want to see it. I need to see it. As soon as the phone is in my hands, I know I've made a mistake, but it's too late now. 45 missed calls from Mom, 22 unread emails from her. I start reading through the messages frantically, and each one gets more aggressive than the last. She calls me a dimwit, loser, scumbag, devil child. Joe says we're running late for the airport. I don't care. I read another email. This one's titled, Letter to Your Fans. I open it up and find a scratching note attached to the note that Mom tells me she's posted to an online Jeanette McCurdy fan club in an attempt to get my fans to flee from me. She says she's going to steal all my fans, that she deserves them more than I do, that she swears to God she's going to sign up for Vine, and they're all going to love her comedy videos. I wonder if Mom's bluffing, so I check the fan club she referenced. No bluff. There's Mom's message right in the front page of the fan club. I almost can't believe it. I go back up to the email, and another new message from Mom has popped up. I open it. You caused my cancer to come back. I hope you're happy knowing this. You have to live with this fact. You gave me cancer. I draft a response to her asking if we can just sit down and talk this out face to face. I'm sure that if she'll just grant me that, I can explain myself enough to her to earn her approval. I'm desperate, pleading. My dear Noni Mommy, please, can we at least just meet up in person and talk about this? Please, just me and you. We can sit down and talk this out. I can answer any questions you have. Please, Mommy, I hate letting you down. I would do anything to not disappoint you. I feel confident that if you knew the whole situation, you wouldn't think these things about me. I love you so much. I want to be close to you again. I miss you. Love, Nettie. I click my phone off and tuck it into Joe's pocket. He asks what she said. I tell him nothing. I'm numb, catatonic. The entire plane ride home, I don't say a word. Over the past few years, Mom and I have grown apart in a way that I never thought was possible. Between Fame and Joe, the strain between me and Mom has gotten nearly intolerable. Plus, there's a strain of her cancer. Maybe all of this is actually just about the strain of her cancer. Why can't she just admit that she's dying? Why can't I admit that she's dying? I hate her for caring so much about Fame, and she hates me so much for caring about Joe. There seems to be more hate than love for each other right now, but maybe we're both just scared. Maybe we're just letting this wedge between us grow because deep down we both know that soon enough this wedge will be out of our control. The plane lands while we're circling the tarmac. I open my email draft to Mom. I hit send. Moments later, my phone pings with a response from Mom. Sure, we can meet up. P.S. Reminders to send fridge money. Our yogurt has soured. That is the end of chapter 45. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.